Yo. Hello there, and welcome to Maiyegun's Diary Politico tonight. From wherever you are watching from, this is Maiyegun Live. And as we do always, I want you to please, if you are yet to subscribe as you start watching this broadcast, I would say click on that subscription button now. Yes, and also set up your notification. A reminder whenever Maiyegun is live in times like this. Also, you can be a member of Maiyegun's Diary Political channel on YouTube. The option is also there on your screen. If you click on the join button, you will see all the options there, which membership level you would like to be part of in support of Maiyegun General. So to all of you, every one of you, I'll say thank you for joining me today. Thank you very much, Chukis, Odozi. I don't know what currency that is, but I'm going to say a very big thank you to you for being the first to use your super sticker today. So also, as part of the functionalities that YouTube gave Maiyegun, is that you can use the $ beside your comment. That is what is called the super sticker. Just right there beside your comment box, you will see a $. Mind you, people who have been sending me messages asking how they can use super chat or super sticker. You can only use it when Maiyegun is live. You can't use it when the live broadcast has ended, okay? So thank you very much, Chukis, for your reach out there. Thank you. And if you become a member of Maiyegun's Diary Political channel, good enough. I've got so much, so many members so far. Great people. I've got my silver members who are actually the majority, with the massive silver members in this category. I've got the gold members who are next. And the next is the premium members. I've got the prime. Before we have the diamond. They are features given to me by YouTube, and they are there for you, for your use to support Maiyegun as you deem fit. So today we are going to talk more, in fact, in detail, why Nigeria is not working, why it will never work, and why the best option available will always be to break up Nigeria. I will talk you through that today. And I'm going to let you know the reason why you should stop wasting your time or stop expecting any miracle or someone, a genius. It doesn't take a genius to know why Nigeria is not working. And I'm going to use my own small understanding now to elaborate on this so that we can, they call it layman understanding. That is what we're going to use. Nigeria 1999 Constitution was commissioned by Abdusalami Abubakar. Okay, he commissioned the writing of the Constitution in 1998. Then it was promulgated into law with a decree number 24 of 1999, military decree. So it was the military government that assembled people to write a law for the Fourth Republic, which is going to be the 1999 democracy, moving from military to civilian government democracy. It was done by Abdusalami Abubakar. While they were writing it, Nigerians had no clue that there was any constitution being written for them or anything. But the political class, the elite, they have an idea. But when they were writing that, they had in mind the same reason why they destroyed regionalism, the real Nigeria that our forefathers actually signed up for. Regionalism, which means we were supposed to grow at our own pace without any interference or control by any center or any individual. But that was destroyed by the northern soldiers who staged a counter-retaliatory coup of July 1966. And from that moment, they have then foisted on the entire country a unitary system of government. Unitary, which was indeed strange. Unitary system of government that then gave power to one individual that will be called head of state. Do you get that now? It was done by the military. So it was this unitary system, unitary constitution, because at that point, when the military took over in 1966, they suspended the constitution, they suspended regionalism, they suspended everything that gave each region their real power and sense of belonging in the project Nigeria. So they then foisted the military that are actually called the unitary system of government. That was what led to the first civil war, the first genocide in Nigeria. That over 5 million Igbos were killed, slaughtered, women, children, vulnerable people were killed in order to continue that unitary system of government. And successive republics that Nigeria have pretended to have had, democracy this, democracy that, all those fake republics that they've put together in the past 54 years after the 1966. Every of those constitution, military decree, all went the same way, unitary. Whatever was going to be done, whatever if a military government takes over, whatever they are going to do, or will be their own style of government, or the decree they are going to use, had to be centralized, unitary. So in 1999, when they then decided that they were going to leave, that they were going to hand over to the civilians, and then it seems that military system of government was no longer popular, right? Nigeria has become a pariah state whereby nobody wants to really do anything with Nigeria. So the soldiers, led by Abdulsalami Abubakar, decided to write a constitution for the entire country, right? The constitution that the incoming democracy will have to operate. And if they dare to change it or dare to write a new constitution, there will be a military coup. That was the unwritten code that they didn't tell many of you. But when they wrote the constitution, they gave all the responsible power to the center. It doesn't matter who is at the center. It doesn't matter if that person doesn't even have any clue about what he's doing, right? The whole power of how or what happened in the country, including your birth and death as a citizen in that country, as a resident in that country, all that power is now centralized in what is called exclusive legislative list. Exclusive legislative list is the list that gives the federal government or the central government, which is the federal government, that gives them the control to negotiate, to make laws, to proclamate or anything on them in the country. I will give you the list, and then you understand why Nigeria will never work. Okay, your governors, they are just like a representative of the slavery that the military put together, called your constitution. Your governors are just like rent seekers. Your local government administration are just like proxy representative rent seekers too for the federal government of Nigeria. Federal government of Nigeria, as much as they told you that you are practicing federal system of government, no, you are not. You are practicing unitary system of government. And I will break the list down. After this list, you too will realize and agree with me that there is absolute no power elsewhere. Even if your governors are blowing siren and the rest of that, that is why they are rogues. That is why all they do is to steal and loot and take care of themselves, because the constitution empowers them. So if your state governor or your state government is in debt, do you know that the power to go and borrow money by anybody in Nigeria if you want to go and borrow money to do anything in your state, the federal government of Nigeria must approve it. If they don't approve it, that's your own business. They can approve it, and if you don't pay back, that's your own business too. It's the business of every one of you, I would say. I'll break the list down. Let's start with that first. You can please read along with me, because after this, I'm going to take you through what is going on in Rivers State. I'm glad that the whole world is reacting. And whatever is going on in Rivers State right now is also because of this fake constitution, fake book put together by the rogues, the criminal rogues, military, the generals who never fought any war other than just to kill their own citizens and make themselves general this, lieutenant general, brigadier general, commander general, and this and that. They wrote the rogues wrote the constitution, and the civilians who came after them for 21 years, they have been trying their best to try and amend and try to do something, but they couldn't do anything. They're just cycling around it, because there's nothing to change in the constitution except to pin the entire piece of paper, right? But a quick one there, Elena, thank you so much for your own super sticker too. Well received, thanks. So the 1999 constitution gives, this is the man that wrote it, Abdusalami Abubakar, okay? So that constitution gives the central or federal government gives them the power to legislate on subjects, in the exclusive list, in this list, right? Number one, account of government of federation, the federal government controls it, and of offices, court, and authority thereof, including audit of those accounts. So federal government of Nigeria controls the, controls the federation account, the account for the judiciary, the courts, every authority associated with the courts, the auditing of such accounts also supervised by the federal government. The federal government of Nigeria, the power they have is that they are the only one who can buy arms, ammunition, and explosive, okay? Which is for security or defense, they are the only one who can buy it. No state government, no one else can buy it. In the area of aviation, including airports, safety of aircraft, and carriage of passengers and goods by air, the air controlling is for the federal central government, okay? Award of national title of honor, decorations and other dignities is also done by the federal government only, okay? Another one is that they also legislate and make laws on the bankruptcy and insolvency, which is also the federal government there. The banks, they make laws and regulate the banks, the banking, bills of exchange, and promissory notes. So they are also in charge of money printing and the rest of that, as you know, federal government. So when it comes to borrowing of money within or outside Nigeria for the purpose of the federation or of any state, the federal government has to approve it. To count the people, census, including the establishment of maintenance of machinery for continuous and universal registration of birth and death throughout Nigeria. So if the people want, if you are to be acknowledged, recognized as being alive, as being born, the federal government of Nigeria is the one that will issue you date of birth, birth certificate. If you die, even though you go to your local government and they issue death certificate and all of that, they are doing so on the authority of the federal government of Nigeria. You can't develop that law by yourselves. Then citizenship, naturalization, and aliens. This is another power given to the federal government of Nigeria. So they determine who is a citizen. They determine who wants to become a citizen if they are not citizens. They also determine who are aliens, people who are completely not from Nigeria, but they are going to be settled in Nigeria. Only federal government determine that and where they will be settled. That's the power they have. Another one is the commercial and industrial monopolies, combines and trust. This is where Dangote made his money. State government cannot, by any means, determine the economy of their state because the federal government has monopoly of that. They determine who brings anything in or who ship anything out, what you bring in, and when, and what you pay for it. If you don't pay anything at all, federal government of Nigeria controls that. So they control the control of a capital issues, number 12. Number 13, copyright law, federal government of Nigeria is in charge. Number 14, creation of states. Only federal government of Nigeria can create states. That's the power they have too. Number 15, currency, coinage, and legal tender. is also for them. Custom and excise duties is also for them. Defense is federal government. Deportation of persons who are not citizens of Nigeria, the power of the government, central government. Designation of securities in which trust funds may be invested. Now, that is also the power of the federal government. Diplomatic, consular, and trade representation, which is ideal, should be the central government role if truly there was a federal government, okay? So on drugs, making laws, legislating on that, and, executing any law on drugs and poisons is also federal government. Number 22, elections to the offices of the president. This is another crucial one, right? Elections to the offices of the president, vice president, or governor and deputy governor, and any office, any other office to which a person may be elected under this constitution, excluding election to a local government council or any office in such council. So listen to this. Federal government of Nigeria, which has a president, is in control of how election, of who becomes the president or who becomes the vice president, the elections to who become governor or who doesn't become the governor. So they control the INEC, they control the security and the police, and they also, right, they can deploy them at will and they can withdraw them at will, because the power to do anything on that lies with the president. The president has to choose the INEC chairman, the man that will oversee election, which someone will become president. And that person, when that person becomes president, he controls the INEC, the electoral body, right? So that when he runs for office again, he can choose who can become the INEC chairman. It's the power they gave to themselves, because it's a military unitary system. They can't share that power. Now, when it comes to evidence, only federal government, through their court, determine what is an evidence in court, what should be admitted or not, okay? Not that the judiciary has any independence. So some of you are talking about independence of judiciary. You are deceiving yourselves. There's nothing like that, okay? So another one is the exchange control, how much they are going to, whether they want to devalue Naira or they don't want to devalue it, or whatever they want to do as they've been doing over the years. That sole control is with the central government, which controls the CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria, which is not independent too when it comes to monetary policy. Now, when it comes to export duties, external affairs, extradition, if they want to extradite anybody back to Nigeria, that power also lies with the federal government in the exclusive legislative list. Another one is the fingerprint identification and criminal record. Federal government of Nigeria will decide if they want to keep biometric data of all citizens or some citizens, as they are doing right now, because only them has the power to determine, how that plays out. Then when it comes to, now this is where other areas that affect your lives that, cogent and then better laws would have probably make all these industries in this area, in these communities, to strive and grow. Number 29 in the exclusive list, fishing and fisheries. Other than fishing and fisheries in rivers, lakes, waterways, ponds, and other inland waters within Nigeria, all of that is also the responsibility of the federal government. Number 30, immigration into and emigration from Nigeria, central government. We agree with that. Implementation of treaties relating to matters on this list. That is where the control of who you meet, even if you are a state governor, okay, and you have a policy that you are developing and you need to meet partners outside Nigeria, and you need to sign treaties, you need to sign the agreement and the rest of that, you need the permission from the central government of Nigeria to be able to do that. Meanwhile, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. A federal system of government allows this independence of states, right, to generate their own money, to make their own laws, and at the same time to determine how or what direction they want to take their state according to their own laws in their own states, not according to the dictate of a central government elsewhere. This power lies with the central government, okay? Now, number 32, incorporation, when you want to register your companies, regulation and winding up of bodies corporate. Other than cooperative societies local government councils and bodies, corporate established directly by any law enacted by a House of Assembly of a state. So if you want to register your company, you have to register with the central government. If you don't have a company yet. You have to, before you can be considered to have a company. Okay. So, however, if your company wants to fold up, it is the federal government, the central government, that will choose people that will take over the company. Okay. For example, if you run into any kind of problem that you want to fold up. Number 35, legal proceedings between government of states or between the government of the federation and government of any state or any other authority or person, because the federal government controls the judiciary in Nigeria, whether it is federal high court, whether it's the Supreme Court, whether it's the state court, state high court, or whether it's the customary court. It is the federal government that controls all of them. Okay, so it means that whatever they do, they do them according to the dictate of the federal government, central government. No independence in that area, and that is why they can say they have moved your case to Abuja, something that should be a locally settled issue. They will say they have moved you to Abuja because they want to throw in corruption to what? Probably to destroy the case. Number 36. Maritime shipping and navigation, including A, shipping and navigation on tidal waters, B, shipping and navigation on the River Niger and its affluents, and on any such other inland waterway as may be designated by the National Assembly to be in international waterway or to be an interstate waterway. C, lighthouses, light ships, beacons, and other provisions for the safety of shipping navigation. D, such ports as may be declared by the National Assembly to be federal ports, including the constitution and powers of port authorities for federal ports. So it is the government, the central government, that will determine which waterway is international. And whenever they determine anyone is as international, they are also the only one who can determine when to call that place a port, when to put a port there. Just same way they have remained. I mean, they continue to they fail to decongest Apapa Wharf in Lagos, where they have other wharf, and so many other wharfs in the southeast of Nigeria, south of Nigeria, where they could have diverted cargoes and ease up means of importation and clearing of imported things into Nigeria, because they are the only one who can make that law. They are the only one who will decide where is the port, where is dry port, where is, you know what I mean? And nobody can challenge them, right? So they decide when anywhere can be called a port, when the River Niger should be dredged, when there should be a direct, international shipping line down to Onitsha without having to stop in Lagos and being ferried with a small dock boat down to the east. You know what I'm talking about? Because they only have the power. They gave the power to themselves. This is every aspect of your life, oh. Every aspect of a Nigerian life, oh. And that's why I'm telling you that the whole list comprises of everything. And once the incompetent, greedy criminal is in charge, all he needs is just to appoint some of his cronies and other lackeys to undo those places for him. It doesn't matter if they are doing anything. Okay? They will exist for existence sake. Shipping. Then number 37, meteorology. Number 38, military, army, navy, and air force, including any other branch of the armed forces of the federation, right? That is also controlled by the center. When it now comes to mines and minerals, including oil fields, oil mining, geological surveys, and natural gas, only the central government would make law on it and determine what you sell. But unfortunately, because they only have that power, no state governor can say, oh, I have this technology that can turn liquid natural gas into electricity and we can power 1 million homes in my state. And this cheap technology will save a lot of money. It will boost our economy and we will be the better for it. He cannot say it. He cannot do it.